we are going to study mass per unit length of steel bars. First of all, let me tell you what is the meaning of unit length. Unit length means one meter. So this L is equal to 1 meter. This 1 meter means 1000 millimeter. And how can we find out the mass of any steel bar without measuring? By using the balance. Here I would like to tell you its brief introduction that how we can develop one formula which is already being used, but now for those engineers who are working in the laboratory and for their understanding I am going to derive it, that you should understand how this formula is being developed and how it will be used. Let us suppose that I have this one bar and the length of this bar is equal to L, and L as I already told you 1 meter. Next, you see this end, it's like it. When it is like this one, we can say that it has the dia D, which I have written over here. So this cross-sectional area is being formulated by pi d square over 4. Now you keep one thing in mind. We have the area and we have the length. When area and length is known to us, we can find out the volume. So volume would be equal to area into length. Now what is the area? Pi d square divided by 4, and length is equal to 1000. And this d is unknown. We don't know what is the d. And when this volume is known to us, next we want to know this steel which is being used in the field, and the density of the steel is known. It is equal to kilogram per meter cube. Now you see 1 meter cube, it can be written as 1000 multiplied by 1000 and multiplied by 1000. In this way 1 meter cube will be converted into millimeter cube. If I put this value in the above expression, the value of D comes out to be 7850 kilogram divided by this fraction value 1000 multiplied by 1000 and multiplied by 1000. Next, I will use these two equations, very fundamental equation, which we are often studying. Density is equal to mass per unit volume. This density is known, this volume is known, and this mass we have to find out. Then this expression will become mass is equal to volume into density. These two values are given over here. This is the value of the density and this is the value of the volume. When I put the value in this above equation, pi d square divided by 4 into 1000, now next value of the density. (1000) multiplied by 1000 and multiplied by 1000. First of all, this 1000 is being cancelled with this 1000. then I can write down mass is equal to pi d square over 4 multiply 7850 divided by 1000 multiplied by 1000. Here, you all people are engineers or you are doing engineering. Your mathematical computation should be strong enough. So when I will do this computation, because I am not going to make this divided by this divided, I will directly write down the value. So when I will make the computation, this value can be written as d square divided by 162.27. But we are making it round figure, so this mass would be equal to d square divided by 162. So this is our equation which is being used in order to find out the mass per unit length of any diameter. Mark my word, I am saying using this equation the mass per unit length of any diameter can be found out. Now, how many dias are present? As I have already explained to you, this can be 8, this can be 10, this can be 12, this can be 16, this can be 20, this can be 25, this can be 32, this can be 40, etc. Any of the diameter which is mentioned over here, if this value of d is put in this equation, we can find out the mass per unit length. Unit length means what is the mass of the steel when it is cut equal to 1 meter length. This is the meaning of unit length. Similarly, if we have to find out the mass of the bar, so you keep this in mind, length of bar is equal to the 12 meter. This is the standard length as per standard BS4449. Standard length is equal to the 12 meter. If we have to find out the total mass of the bar, it is equal to b square divided by 162 multiplied by 12. So by using this equation, we can find out the mass of one bar. If we have 10 bars, for example, if we have the bundle of 10 bars, how will we find out the mass of the 10 bars? It is very simple. Of 10 bars, just let me represent n is equal to 10. Here I am going to write down the value of n multiplied by d square multiplied by 12 and divided by 162. And I have given you example n is equal to 10. In the next equation I can put 10 multiplied by d square multiplied by 12 divided by 162. So in this case we can find out the total mass. So this is very fundamental equation. You as an engineer should know it very well. And along with this, which I have told you over here, in order to find out the area of cross section, you should know this equation. And in order to find out the mass of unit mass, you should know this equation. Mass of one bar, should know this equation. And for the 10 bar, you should know this equation. So this equation which I have derived to you, just for your understanding. Now, in my next video, I will try to give one example where I will find out the area of cross section of different bars, and then I will compare it with the standard BS4449, that my calculated value is exactly according to the standard or not. Thank you for seeing this.